All right, today we're gonna do the monoplata, okay? I like to use this technique a lot when my opponent is trying to come up while I'm passing the guard. We're gonna learn from the long step, okay? So our long step, every time he's gonna try to single leg me here, okay? In Nogi, it's very common the guy sit up, the person about to sit up to grab your leg, okay? Very common. All right, so I use this momentum here to make a long step this way, okay? But again, remember when I show you guys the long step with the guillotine, right? I told you guys to grab the knee, turn around, hold the knee, and then start putting his head on the, his body on the floor, your hand on the floor, and then you can get the guillotine through here, right? And when you long step, you're always gonna stay with your hip off the floor. Don't long step and put your butt on the mat, because then he's gonna come up on top. You're not gonna have time to react, okay? So he's gonna sit up, okay? Gonna control his knee right here. And I wanna like throw my knee on this side right here. Look, my knee's not gonna be here. My knee goes on this side right here. Okay, you go under this armpit here. Like this, and then I long step. My hand's on the floor. He's gonna underhook my arm. Super tight here because he wants to come up. As I touch my knee on the floor, I'm gonna come back on this position here. Okay, I'll step back, over, and I'll block his back with my heel, okay? And my leg here, my calf. And I squeeze my knee against his chest. Okay, turn around, Josh. Look the position of my other leg here, okay? It's my knees on the floor, and the bottom leg is between his legs here, okay? My right leg, right here, all right? Oh, Professor, if his arm passes this side, you're gonna take his back. All right, so easy to go for the back. But usually it's super hard for him to take the arm out here. Try to take your arm out, Josh. It's hard. Okay? Two things he can do. One, he tried to put his back on the floor. Right? How I avoid that? I need to have contact with my leg all the time on his back right here. Okay? I cannot keep my leg like this. Put your back on the floor, Josh. You start putting the back on the floor, and then he's gonna start escaping from the position. So keep in contact all the time, okay? And squeeze your knees together here. Right? You can use this hand outside of your knee here to squeeze it, okay? The other reaction, the second reaction is trying to pose his hand on the floor, like this, his elbow, all right? When he does that, sometimes he come up on top, right? And you end up losing the position, okay? You can grab the wrist and pull back again, look, okay, go back. Or you can start applying guillotines, all right? It's easy for you to trap the guillotine here. Even when you come on top, you're gonna end up in a nice submission, okay? But just as soon as we got here, to avoid that, I'm gonna control his wrist, okay? And I step my knee right over his biceps here, okay? I staple his biceps with my shin, like this. Try to put your elbow on the floor now, Josh. He can't, right? I avoid his coming up, okay? So now, I'm gonna control my knee here, lean towards the side that I have the hand on the floor, and pass my leg over his face right here. Okay, I'll pass my left foot over his face. Okay? As soon as I pass my foot over his face, okay, I need to have my heel close to his neck. Right? Now I'm gonna change the side of my hand. I'm gonna go with my left hand on the floor right now, and my right hand that was on the floor, control right on top of my knee here. Don't grab it like over your thigh. Control it here. Okay? Around your knee in the front of your shin here. Okay, I cup my knee, and now look, I'm gonna start putting my hip on the floor, and I like to keep that leg in between his legs. I don't like to step this leg over, okay, because I feel Josh can start turning towards me here, you know? And some guys are really flexible, they can kind of escape, move their body, see? So take advantage of this hook right here, okay? So when you step the leg over, you change the hand on the floor, and look, try to come up, Josh, right now. So it's hard for him to come up. I squeeze my foot down towards the mat, my heel is squeezed against his neck, okay? And I bring my inner thigh towards my chest. And that's not enough for him to tap. I need to go with my hip outside. So I start escaping the hips to the other side and then tap. So imagine like I'm still having his arm here. That's what I do during the fight. Try to escape my butt outside here, see? Don't keep like sideways like this, okay? face this way. And then he's gonna tap. It depends on his flexibility. Some guys will skate and they don't tap because they're really flexible. Okay, you just keep going, and maybe you can change for a nice arm bar if they're super flexible. Okay, or even take the arm out and start going for the back. But I believe like most of the time they will tap, right, Josh? We have the monoplata too. We're gonna learn later on. Okay, sit up. Okay, control his knee. The reason that I control this knee is to bring him, square him a little bit. Because sometimes when I try to long step like this, he can block me when he still face me, face this way. Escape her hips, Josh. Escape the hips, and I kind of like can't long step. Okay. So I need to square him a little bit. My right knee goes under this armpit that's holding my leg, and I long step. As soon as I long step, he's gonna try to underhook. I go back to this position. Look, fortunately, I already got his biceps here. Okay, that's the momentum. Sometimes it's gonna be here, I just adjust. Just to avoid him to come up, all right? Close my knee, step the leg over his face. Okay, if you're not too flexible, you can help with your hand right here, okay? Change the hand on the floor. Squeeze your knee and squeeze the foot towards the mat, so have some tension here. Keep the lock right there, okay? Keep the hook between his legs. And now start escaping your hips. Very slow, okay guys, because this is very strong. It's a strong position. Okay? If his arm is facing this way, like thumb down, he's gonna feel more like a shoulder lock. If his thumb is up, he's gonna feel more like an elbow lock, like an arm lock. It really depends. Most likely the guy will be, or somebody will be with the thumb down. Okay, so they're gonna feel more in the shoulder. All right, last one. So even have the back on the floor, you can come Josh, you grab my leg, a long step, mount. Okay? I bounce. Okay? It happens from many situations. Sometimes you are on the side control here, he underhook you. You can do that too. Okay? Then you trap his leg. You are in the position right now. Okay? But just to work today, we're gonna work from the sit-up guard. Okay? This is the drill. 1, 2. Squeeze, step the leg over, hand on the floor, change. Keep my hips, squeeze, finish. Okay? 3 and 3, back and forth. And if you guys have any question, let me know. You have a question? Question? No? All right, let's work. 1, 2, 3. You sit up, you grab my leg, okay? I have one leg between his legs. Control his knee. I can use my hand here around his neck, okay? To bring his head to the other side. To help me to long step, okay? And as I showed you guys last Thursday, okay, you guys can go for the guillotines here, remember? Or you can go back to mount position and start working on monoplata. Okay? So once you got the monoplata, you step over his arm just to avoid him to come up, okay? To prevent him to come up. Josh is correcting my English. That's my next goal, but it's so hard. All right, so now I'll step my leg over his head, okay? Look, there's two things that can happen here. When I step my leg over here, sometimes he can come up, like he start turning like this, okay? If that happens, keep that hook under his leg, between his legs. Turn on. You see my hook here, my right hook? Keep that hook there, okay? Because look, my foot is in front of his face, and now what I gotta do is not doing the omoplata, because if I let go that hook and try to go for the omoplata, Josh will roll. And nogi is really slippery. I need some grip. That hook will help me, and will hold him and avoid him and prevent him to front roll, okay? And even if you try to front roll, you see that I'll follow him. Look, I bring his head outside, long step, come back, okay? Step over his biceps, okay? So I'm here, I step over his head. Now look, he's here. I keep that hook, and now I start facing my belly down and keep the omoplata here. All right, what's gonna happen here? Josh, you roll, Josh. I keep that hook, look. I keep that hook. Oh, it's a. I keep this hook here. All right, and then you lock here. Okay, if you could figure 4 and get that hook inside, would be amazing. But I don't have that long legs, you know. But if you have, you can do that. And then here, once you get here, look, you stretch the leg and keep forcing. Okay, let's try to sit up, Josh. That hook will prevent him to sit up. You see, he can't sit up. Now look, if I let go of that hook, look, he's gonna escape. If I try to roll, Josh. Oh, he's gonna roll and escape or hop over. So keep that hook between his legs. That's really important. That's why I told you guys to do that. Okay? Same position. But now let's say when I got here, okay, I step over, I pass my leg over his head, and then I didn't post this hand on the floor. I start going for the monoplata. And even though when I start doing that, Josh start trying to come up on top. Look, same thing, keep that hook and keep squeezing. And turn your belly down, it's gonna roll, Josh. Oh, it's gonna roll. You keep controlling and holding your knee, squeezing your inner thigh, escaping your hip. It's gonna be a lot of tension on his shoulder and probably he's gonna tap. If you don't, it's gonna hurt his shoulder for sure. Do you guys understand? You got this. So you can do leaning towards this side, and then he start coming up. Let's say you just gotta face your belly down, and knowing that that hook will keep him, will keep guiding you towards it, and prevent him to sit up. And then you finish. Okay? And also made a question about what professor? What about my long step? I got here, I step over, and then let's say he take this leg out. Try to take the leg out, Josh. Here, okay? You can go back, okay? If you feel that you lose his head right here, because now if I'm here, he's gonna sit up. Sit up, Josh. I'm gonna lose the position, okay? So if you're already down here, I believe it's super hard for him to take the leg out. This hand right here actually will help me to trap and hold him. Try to take the leg out, Josh. Oh, now he can't. You know, if you feel he's touching your leg, don't hold the knee anymore. Like kind of go close to the shin and squeeze here on the shoulder, and then start squeezing the thigh this way and escaping the hips outside. Sit up, Josh. He sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up. I turn my belly down, keeping that hook up. Oh. I'm always in control when I have that hook. Sorry, okay? You guys understand? Right? So you can go both ways. Leaning forward, belly down, or going straight to the monoplata, and then he sit up. When you sit up, you gotta roll. Just keep rolling with that hook inside, squeezing the knee, that you're gonna succeed on the submission. Okay? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.